One event ends and another begins. So even though that Dune event just ended, they ended up putting another one into the game, that being the Warhammer 40,000 for the Emperor event. Also, before we get any further into the video, I apologize if I'm a bit quieter or a bit more monotone, or if I'm not able to raise my voice as much in this video. I had a little bit of drama to settle last night, which required me to raise my voice a bit, and yeah, my voice is still kind of recovering from that. But anyway, as far as everything that you unlock throughout the event, you get the No Fear weapon sticker, the March for Macrage calling card. I won't lie, I'm not super knowledgeable about Warhammer. I've played a ton of the Warhammer games, but as far as like the novels and like the actual board game and all that goes, I'm not super knowledgeable about all of that. You get a Tearscape for the battle pass, the Righteous Hatred weapon charm, the Inquisitorial seal weapon sticker, the For the Emperor album, the Psych Out stun grenade skin, the Sons of Sanguinius calling card. That's making me think of like Linguini from Ratatouille. The Innocence Proves Nothing emblem. That's actually a really cool emblem. I did unlock that. I might actually just end up having a rocket. The Adeptus Astartes loading screen, the double XP token consumable, and the Righteous Storm weapon. So unfortunately, there's no camo that you unlock at the end of this. It's literally just a blueprint for one weapon in the game, that being the WSP-9, which, you know, the WSP is a very good SMG, but as you can see here, like, it does look really cool. Like, I'll give them that. Like, this is a solid, I would say that this is something that you'd see in almost like a store bundle. Granted, I don't think it has any, like, tracers or anything like that, but it still looks, like, really cool. That being said, I did not yet unlock it, unfortunately. I was planning on grinding out, you know, for the entirety of, like, yesterday afternoon and evening, but again, I had some BS I had to settle, so I didn't exactly get to do that, but, you know, I at least made it past halfway. So we're gonna grind it out. I'll definitely be able to get it unlocked by tomorrow's video. Weekly challenges have really been coming in handy for all this. Like, if I go between multiplayer and zombies, as you can see, like, I've been going as hard as I can on a lot of this. There's some that I didn't even, like, want to go for, like, when it comes to, like, the mercenary one specifically in zombies. I just don't have a lot of fun trying to kill like, 100 critical mercenary kills. What do you think I am? Well, for the most part, I finished a lot of these. Like, there's very few that I have left, so I kind of just gotta bunker down and push through the rest of the grind. I already got hardpoint on Rust. I mean, the game is almost over, but I'll contribute where I can. My team is down 77 to 171. Man, what happened to people playing the objective in Call of Duty? It's one of those things where I don't necessarily care if I win or lose. Like, I'm very indifferent either way, but like, come on, man, at least try to play the objective. Even though prestiges in this game are essentially meaningless, I still try to level up and still try to get as much XP as possible, just because, I mean, like, hey, bigger number gives me bigger dopamine hit. I really do hope that they bring back Classic Prestige one day, though. Like, the COD community's kind of been begging for it for the last, what? It's been half a decade since MW 2019 came out already. I'm not very hopeful or that they're actually going to do it. I mean, when it comes to, like, these seasonal ranks and the seasonal level caps, obviously that's great for player retention, keeping them coming back, so then they'll grind out through the rest of the levels. But I feel like for overall longevity, just doing it the way they did back in, say, like, Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4, where it's like, yeah, you have these prestiges to go through, and then you have, like, 1,000 levels during the final prestige. Like, I feel like that would be a great way to just keep retention up across the board for the entire year. Because rather than just diving in for a season being like, okay, gonna clear out the battle pass, gonna clear out like my levels or whatever, then you would have a thing where it's like, okay, I have like all of these prestiges to go through, which in itself is like close to 1,000 levels, a little bit over that, and then you have another 1,000 levels once you hit max prestige to get to the final thing. And it was amazing in a game like Black Ops 2, for example, where you had separate ranks, not only in multiplayer, but also in zombies. Obviously, nowadays, everything's kind of uniform, so that might be a bit debatable, because in multiplayer and zombies, you could easily put in like, I don't know, like 7 to 10 days of playtime into each mode, and only then, around then, or maybe it would have even taken longer. I forget how long it took exactly, but then you'd unlock, like, you know, the max level or whatever. Whereas nowadays, I guess it would be a bit shorter overall since the ranks are all uniform, but like, even still, I feel like just from a retention standpoint, it would just make sense for there to be that longer incentive or that longer term goal, but what do I know? Like, yes, from that perspective, I mean, I do kind of understand, I guess, like, seasonal ranks probably would make sense, because that is also how, like, goldfish brains work nowadays, where it's like, oh yes, it's only 200 levels, and then like they keep coming back for the shorter term goals, where like over time it like slowly ramps up to the end goal of where by the time that the game is over you're like ranked 1250. So then it's just like that slow trickle of dopamine throughout the year. That's probably like what keeps players most engaged. I'm sure they got like analytical stuff to, you know, whatever, but yeah, I'm just talking from like my perspective as a player. If you give me something to keep going for the entire year, I'll stay here for the entire year. Whereas nowadays there's so many times where I like finish my battle pass and I finish my ranks or whatever for the season, then I just kind of like dip out. I'll come back in if there's an event to do like this, but otherwise I just kind of like dip out until the next season comes, because I don't want to waste that time with like XP or whatever. Woo, there we go, 328,000, just still what, 220,000 XP to go. And it's funny, nowadays everybody has like their new fancy iPads or whatever, where there's like no borders or anything, while I'm still here using my iPad 3. I want to buy an iPad mini 1 at some point. This is even one of the ones that uses the old chargers. You know, the iPad 3, it's like, it's a cool tablet and everything, but it's just like, it's a little too big for my preference, so I do want to buy an iPad mini 1 specifically, and you may be wondering why I want that, and that's because that was the last iPad mini, because I had an iPad mini 2 before, like, years ago. But the iPad mini, it's up to the latest iOS that still supports some of these older games. Like, if you look here, like, this isn't all of, like, the classic games that were delisted that I still have, but I got, like, you know, the original, like, Call of Duty World of War Zombies on here, and, like, just a bunch of the other games that have been, like, delisted over time. Again, this isn't all of them, because this is only, like, a 16 gigabyte iPad, so I'm kind of limited with what I can get. But if I can find like a 32 gigabyte like iPad mini 1, that would be awesome, because then I can get all the other delisted games that were put out on there, whether it was like some of the delisted Gameloft games or some of the other like tie-in games like Call of Duty Strike Team and stuff. Like, I had all of that. Oh yes, domination on meat. I can't wait for my entire team to not play the objective. It's unfortunate too, because domination can actually be pretty good for XP. And again, I'm not like a, you know, super why did I just use my stim? I had no reason to do that. I'm not like super whatever when it comes to the objectives in Call of Duty. Like I said, it's literally just like a pub match of Call of Duty, but it's like, man, when we're doing these events where we're trying to grind out XP, like, let us, because when you win, like, that does give you a decent, like, sizable chunk of bonus XP. So it's just annoying when I'm trying to do these events and my team isn't even trying to help, because, like, yeah, sure, kills do get you XP, but when you're, like, defending the objective and capturing objectives and getting kills while on set objectives, like, especially in something like Hardpoint, like, dude, you just fly through the XP goals. So far, my team seems to be somewhat competent. They've been running around capping all the flags. I mean, granted, spawns are flipping like absolute crazy right now. I mean, I'm not really doing anything to help that, but we got an Overwatch Helo right off the bat, so there's that. I've said it many times in these videos, I'm not one to like sweat on camera, but when it comes to these XP events, when I'm really trying to grind this stuff out, yeah, I don't really care how dirty or sweaty I look. Like, when I got a goal to do, I'm gonna get it done. It sucks because I'm all out of double XP tokens right now too. I had like an hour and 45 minutes worth that I did use yesterday, but that was literally all that I had. So now I'm just kind of like brute forcing the rest of this thing. Dude, I forgot just how good this TYR with the Jack Beholder rifle kit is. Dude, this thing is like literally a one-tap if you get him from the chest up. I'm proud of my team. They're actually playing the objective. We're up 112 to 51. That's what I'm talking about. I hate to admit this, but it actually is a lot of fun sweating sometimes. I don't play like this often because I know SBFM is gonna punish me for it later, but man, this is actually really fun. Granted, things have definitely changed with Call of Duty, like, you know, there's no denying that, but like, man, sometimes just being like, you know what, screw it, I'll play your little game, I'll sweat the way that SBFM wants me to, it's kind of fun. Maybe it's just because I'm driven and I know that like every single kill I get is like contributing to like that arbitrary XP goal or bar or whatever, but like, man, I'm actually kind of eating this up right now. My aim was so bad right there, it's not even funny. I can't see, there's nothing, the flash grenades, man, they're so blinding. Like, I get it, that's the point of them, but like, dude, when it happens, it's just like, man, I'm screwed. Come on, team, we're 179 to 101, let's do this thing. Why did that guy even try to challenge that? Like, as soon as he turned that corner, he should have known that he was gonna die. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's see, I got 55 kills, and the next highest one was 27. Same thing with the other team. The highest kills they had was 27. I have 8 captures. I almost feel bad, but not really. Oh, wait, I got final kill cam, too. Not bad. I'm proud of that one. And there it is, 96% on the battle pass. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, finish grinding this out, finish up the battle pass today as well, and yeah, it's only 200,000 XP, so I'll probably get that done in like, what, maybe like 2 hours most. But anyways, always massive shout out, thank you to all the Patreons, and channel members, thank you to all in the low ball tier, and shout out, thank you to all in the mid ball tier, Mo asking me dad, man, and the big shout out, thank you to all in G tier, run event, some cheese girl, thank you guys so much, you guys are literal legends, I love you. Thank you guys for watching, have an amazing day, stay beautiful, I love you all, peace.